25 years ago, stormwater was a liability, right? Stormwater was viewed by municipalities as something, it was kind of an afterthought. Get the water off the site, discharge it to a low point and let it go.
That was fine, but we're moving into a world where rainwater runoff is now becoming an asset.
The EPA clean water regulations were just starting to get some teeth in the municipalities, and the enforcement component of that was starting to happen. We saw the value of water, be it storm water or river water or agricultural drainage water. We saw the necessity and the change in the dynamic of the value of water and got ahead of it, and thus water management solutions.
Water is the most valuable resource this planet has. It's not oil.
Instead of stormwater being the trailing item, it's now the pacing item. So now we're kind of the tip of the spear of construction now. If you don't have your stormwater plan in place, you can't even begin to draw your drawings for your building.
You want to do that in an environmentally conscious way where, you're not taking the runoff that's got pollutants in it. You're doing some treatment, and so that it is, in a good place that you can put it back into your streams and your aquifer, whether it's oils or sediment or heavy metals that come off a parking lot or a road. You recognize the fact that just running that off and putting that into our environment, not the best thing to do. And then we have places like California where they're having drought and they would die for more water, yet all our systems are designed to get rid of it rather than keep it.
It's an opportunity for ADS to meaningfully partner with municipalities and with private consulting engineers to design a solution that is better for the environment, that's better for the average citizen, and it's a great place to be.
If you're not just doing one thing and it's a one-size-fits-all, you need to bring in an expertise to be able to explain where you go and how you go and how to do this in a way that is a lot more complicated and sophisticated than we used to be.
You may have a great joint design and a great performance, but if your other 10 competitors don't, you're in a situation they're going to bring you down. And as such, then they'll totally destroy the entire market. So you need to raise everyone's performance up to the same criteria. The way you control that, or the way you do that, is through national standards.
It also shows the way we led this industry into a position where we could compete very effectively.
Early on, I was part of the ASTM and AASHTO efforts and the spec development teams. We had worked 17 years to try and develop what later became ASTM F2306, the specification for corrugated polyethylene pipe.
We've shown the tenacity and the patience in this approval arena that we continue to put resources and people and money and whatever it takes attitude into that allows us to get there 13 years. So you say, how does a company that's as impatient as ADS go through that process? And it only stands to the fact that we want to win.
Over time, we got more heavily involved with ASTM. And what has happened now, where AASHTO used to drive things and we do what AASHTO, we are now developing the standards and specifications at ASTM, and we now bring them to AASHTO. So we have totally turned the tables within AASHTO, and we've been writing the specifications now for a lot of foreign countries. We did the work in Mexico with the NMX standard. We did the same thing in Canada.
We know how to influence regulators and help regulators and guide them to products with long design service lives. We know the language, and I think that's where ADS has really set themselves up as a tremendous force in the marketplace for decades to come.
We've gotten all the stormwater standards, all the sanitary sewer standards, the recycled standards, the testing standards.
We were able to penetrate residential, multifamily, and commercial projects with the Nyloplast products and continued very well. It was exciting for the sales team. They had something the other guys didn't have. We'd put an objective out there and a target for the sales guys. And in the Southeast, early on, they had a target of $100,000 per person per year and quickly hit it. I think the other primary product at the time was geosynthetics. But it was another product that the sales team embraced. It was another product we could add and use as a package.
We had to find manufacturing partners. We had to learn about processes that nobody at ADS knew about. We had to understand them. We had to find tool makers. We had to convince people to spend more money than they were comfortable spending to grow the market.
Jim Haig in the early 2000s, sell the package. That came from Jim, and that was a mantra that went through the sales force and separated us from really all other pipe companies in this industry.
We wanted to get into the sanitary chamber business, and we were, Infiltrator had a lock on that business, and they were not going to let us remarket their product. So I don't remember who found Terry Gray, who was this small little manufacturer, had made his own sanitary chambers, but we wanted to buy his business, and Terry was open to that. We're over lunch, and there were a couple of older ladies sitting about a table or two over. We're going back and forth, and Terry wants more money, and so we're grudgingly offering more, and finally the money got to be fairly significant, and Terry was still kind of a little bit reluctant, and the one lady turns over to him and says, "Take the deal." Yeah.
People wanted to have more stormwater capacity for storage on a smaller footprint, and a company by the name of Infiltrator had come out with a product called StormTech product line. This new technology, this arch technology, allowed a smaller footprint than pipe would ever allow, so it allowed us to be more of a solutions provider to this kind of burgeoning and fledgling industry. ADS from the field saw the need for this product, and it was something that was going to cost us business if we didn't have. StormTech and Nyloplast were the two products that kind of blew open the beginning of solution providing. I can't tell you how many times large developers or design build people or engineers have come to me and said, when you became that solutions provider, when you became that subject matter expert on stormwater, we want you to help us with our prospective expansions. We want you to consult with us on potential site development. We want to have you help us get our permits to develop a lot. We developed the technology, we developed the standards, we developed the engineering, and then we had to go out and teach it to everybody before we could sell it to everybody. StormTech ADS led that.
It really is an opportunity for us to make the world better. And it sounds silly, but that's what we get up every day to do. I mean, yeah, we're looking to feed our family, we're looking to grow, we're competitive, but to be able to make it a difference and know that what we're doing and what we can bring to the market actually can solve and make the world a better place, that's a pretty cool thing.
As that need for better water and the need for better hydraulic awareness, if you will be there to help kind of develop that along. And I think it's a great opportunity for ADS, both from a kind of a market position standpoint and from an ability to be a profitable company.
I think what makes ADS a special company is that everybody every day wakes up and wants to do the best they can do. Whether it's a downstream technician in the plant to the line operator, supervisor, to a material handler, to a loader, to a truck driver, to all the management staff and the fabrication team, to all the different levels within customer service, the sales team, the engineering team. It's almost like the old quote to cash thing. It's like we quote a project, and by the time we collect it, there's a lot of hands touching this. For us, it's not good enough just to grow with the recovery in the marketplace. We're all willing to go above and beyond and to do all the right things.
With ADS having a full array of water management solution products, we become almost a one-stop shop for the engineering firms, the contractors, and the distributors. So now, instead of having to contact 6 or 7 different companies to satisfy their needs for a construction project, all they have to do is contact ADS, and we can meet all those needs.
We solve water management solutions with our pipe, our allied products, our engineering capabilities. And when you think of the tremendous infrastructure needs that this country faces, and you are a company that has a product now that can meet all those rehabilitation needs, I mean, what an amazing growth opportunity for ADS.
I personally just want to say thank you to all those who came before me at ADS and made it what it is today so that we can take it to the next level.
When I came in 20 years ago, I thought I was at the precipice of something big, And I still feel today that I'm at the precipice of something big because of that change in mentality out there and what we can help do to have those solutions.
ADS is a company that embraces change, and if you like change and you can accept change, you're going to be successful here. But if you don't like change, it's going to be awkward and uncomfortable, and you may not want to be here. If we're not moving forward, we're actually going backwards. And I think ADS constantly goes forward. It's difficult for a new employee to understand that change is a good thing. If you're not changing, you're not growing. If you're not changing, you're not analyzing the weaknesses in your organization. You're opening yourselves up for competition. You're opening yourselves up for things to come into your business and start to deteriorate what you've built. We've challenged ourselves. We've challenged the marketplace. We've challenged an industry. There are those that run from change, and I think there are those that run to change. And I think we run to change because really what's on the other side of change is opportunity.